Okay, this is the notes for 1.3a, solving equations. We're going to start out with a basic equation, 2y minus 3 equals negative 11. So the first thing we do, we have a minus 3 here, so we add it to the other side to get 2y equals negative 8. And then the number here that's beside my y, I divide through by it to get y equals negative 4. Okay, question 2 gets a little bit harder, but not bad. We have 25 equals 5, parenthesis, u plus 3 minus 7u. So with these problems, you want to simplify each side as much as possible. Our left side is 25, so we really can't simplify it. We just bring it down. Our right side, we got distribution and combination. So to start out, we distribute. So 5 times u gives me 5u. 5 times the 3 will give me 15. And I bring down my minus 7u. Okay, now I can go ahead and combine my like terms. So 5 minus 7 gives me a negative 2u plus 15. Okay, so now it's back to one like question 1. I'm trying to get u by itself, so I got this plus 15 here. So I started off by subtracting it from the 25, which will give me 10 equals negative 2u. And then again, like I did in the last one, I divide through by what's on my negative, or on my variable. So 10 divided by negative 2 gives me negative 5 equals my u. And at this point, I'm done. Alright, question 3, a little step further. Okay, so again, we see if we can simplify either side. On my left side, I can distribute. So I just do 9 times negative e to get negative 9b. Negative 9 times the 1 gives me negative 9. Right, that's as simple as it gets, so I'm done with this side. My right side, I cannot do anything with, so I just bring it down. So 2v minus 31. Okay, at this point, we want to start moving things. We got variables both sides, and we have numbers without variables on both sides. So we want to get our variables to one side and our constants to the other. We're going to do this using addition or subtraction. So if I want to move this negative 9v, since it's a minus, I know the opposite of that is a plus. So I'm going to add 9v to my 2, and I get negative 9 equals 2 plus 9 gives me 11b minus 31. So now we're back to one like question 1. We have this minus 31 here. So to bring it to the other side, I add. So negative 9 plus 31 will give me 22 equals my 11b. And then finally, I subtract through by the 11, or not subtract, but rather I divide through by the 11. 22 divided by 11 gives me 2. So 2 equals my v value. Okay. Finally, we're looking at question 4, where we have either no solution, one solution, or all real solutions. Okay, if we look at the first question, first problem, we have negative 3, parenthesis, x plus 1 plus 7x equals 4, parenthesis, x plus 1 minus 5. Okay, so we look at each side and try to simplify it. If we look at our left side, first thing we can do is we can distribute. So we can do negative 3x. Negative 3 times 1 gives me negative 3 plus 7x. Okay, staying on this side, I can still combine like terms. So negative 3 plus 7 gives me 4x minus 3. Okay, at this point, my left side is simplified as much as possible. So now I'm going to look at my right side. Same thing, I can start off by distributing. 4 times x gives me 4x. 4 times 1 gives me 4 minus 5. Okay, here I can combine my non-x's or my constants, so 4 minus 5 will give me negative 1. Now, what you notice is I have 4 x's on both sides, which means those will cancel, leaving me with negative 3 equals negative 1, which is a false statement. Since my letter dropped out and I have a false statement, this is no solution. Okay, if we look at the second equation, we're given 4 parentheses u plus 1 plus u equals 3 parentheses u minus 2 plus 2. So this is the equation we're given. Okay, so again, we start out, we simplify our left side as much as possible. So first thing we can do is we can distribute this 4 to the u and to the 1. So 4 times u is 4u. 4 times 1 is 4. I bring down the plus u. Okay, here I can still combine like terms. So 4u plus u is 5u plus 4. Okay, so my left side is simplified as much as possible. So now I move to my right side. I can distribute by 3 to get 3u minus 6 plus 2. I can combine like terms, the negative 6 and the 2, to get negative 3, or rather 3u minus 4. That's simplified as possible. So now I go ahead and I do like I did on question 3. I got u's both sides, so I'm going to move one of them over using either addition or subtraction. If I decide to move my 3u, it's a positive 3, so I subtract. So minus 3u. So 5 minus 3 will give me 2u plus 4 equals negative 4. So now I want to get u by itself, so this plus 4 I'm going to bring over and I'm going to subtract it from my negative 4. So 2u equals negative 4 minus 4 gives me a negative 8. And then finally, I know that since I got a 2 on my u, I divide through by it, so negative 8 divided by 2 will give me negative 4 equals my u. So up here I'd have a solution of u equals negative 4. Now, the thing we haven't touched on yet is a situation where we have all real numbers. Okay, where that's going to happen is if, as you're solving the equation, if your left and right side look identical, that's where you'll have real solutions. So for example, if you did like you did on either of these two problems, and you got to a point where you had to say 4x plus 4 equals 4x plus 4. Okay, these two sides are exactly the same. We have a 4x and a 4, so this would be an example of all real numbers, or all real solutions. Alright, so that is the notes for 1.3a.